So another video is finally being uploaded to the channel. Really sorry about the delay in that. Not long after I filmed the last video, I actually moved house and also started a new job, which went crazy straight from the off. So I didn't really have time to even think about filming a YouTube channel, never mind getting around to actually filming one and editing one. So today we're going to do another video on the Megane. I know in the past video we had a problem getting it jump started and holding power in the battery. I believe that's sorted now. So the root of that issue, or what I believe the root of the issue to have been with the car not really holding power and just cutting out intermittently while it was idling, was due to the positive terminal. Now I've got a new bolt on there. The previous one was a very weird shape, to be honest. I've also just had to makeshift a little pin between the two terminals, as when that bolt was completely tightened on the thread, it still wasn't solid around the terminal, so there was still a bit of play, but by slipping that little C-clip in there, that's managed to give it the strength it needs, for want of a better word, to hold that on. So that is really stuck on there now. That's not going anywhere, and touch wood, since I've put the new bolt on that, we haven't had any issues with the car cutting out. So while the car is now holding power and idling, there is still a problem with it running, sort of. So basically there's something to do with the injector, and the trip computer's throwing up a check injection warning light. And if I show you on here, hoping you can see, the thread for that one injector is basically stripped completely bare, so that bolt doesn't have a thread any longer to wind into. Potentially re-tap it to get it in, I'm not too sure. I'm probably going to leave that up to my Renault specialist, because I don't really want to be tapping into the head of the engine, just because I feel like I could make things worse than they already are. So that will be going to have that problem rectified. But I thought what I'd do on this video, I know the last one was mainly jump starting it and cutting out, but I thought I'd go around and I'll tell you everything wrong with my Renault Megane convertible. So I've had this for, I'd probably say 2 years now. Bit of a backstory to it. So I actually had the first Renault Megane convertible I ever had was a 1.6 VVT. I had that resprayed Bentley white with the RS kit on and the 225 exhaust. It was a nice car, but I've got this one now. This is the 2-litre petrol turbo with a 6-speed manual gearbox, so miles better, specs better, and the colour, I don't know, you let me know what you think in the comment section down below, but I think the black looks really, really good on the coupe. I'll take you around to the rear of it now. Stuff you've already seen from the previous video, I'm sure. So yeah, I thought a good idea for this video, just to get you a bit more familiar with the car, I could go around and basically point out all the things that need sorting on it. It's not a bad car all round, but it is a 2005 plate. It's nearly, well, coming up to 20 years old now, so it's going to have a couple of age-related issues. But I'm going to go around them now, and we'll start with issue number 1. So first issue on the car, this door hinge. It sounds horrendous to get in and out of. Everybody looks when you pull out the car for the wrong reasons, but that is due to, I believe, the door hinge. We do have another hinge for the car to replace it, so we will be doing that. Issue number 2, check injection light on the dashboard. It's really dependent on the car. It can run fine, idle fine. Other times the revs will just drop and fluctuate, and then it'll cut out, and then it sort of splutters to get started again. So, but I'm pretty sure that is due to the loose injector with the stripped thread. I will actually show you that now on a different angle of the camera, so that you can see what I'm talking about. So if we come back under here, this is the injector, and as you can see, it's well, yeah, that bolt literally just drops straight into the to where it should thread into, and as you can see, it's completely just clean. There's no thread there, so that will need to be retapped, I'm assuming. And like I said, that will be going to Sean Edwards, the Renault specialist in Solihull. Next issue, this wing mirror. Shouldn't do that. Next problem on the car is the parcel shelf. I'm guessing it's a timing issue, because as the roof comes in, so the boot actually opens up, folds the roof in, and then this parcel shelf will come back down. This parcel shelf lips over the boot, so it's only by like half a second out, but the boot will come down before the parcel shelf, and you get a little lip that overhangs. It's not the end of the world, but it's still something that needs addressing. Passenger window is missing the switch mechanism for the window. The window regulators, if you know anything about Renault Meganes, you will know how horrifically unreliable the regulators are. When I bought the car, the guy I bought it off actually supplied me with 4 brand new ones, because he was like, if you know these cars at all, you're going to use them, you're going to need them. And we've already got through 2 of them, so I do have another 2 to fit. It's the the passenger front window and the back one here. So yeah, it's just a case of taking the door cards off, putting the new regulators in, so should be hopefully a pretty quick fix. Another thing that could probably do with getting sorted is this crack in the boot here. The amount of people that try and tell me that I've got bird poo on my boot, and it's literally just because of the material the boot's made of. It's like a plasticky material, and yeah, there's just a big crack there and a little nook tuck out there. Something else does need addressing, but again, it's a 18-year-old car. The next issue with the car is to do with the ABS sensor rings. So the ABS rings on these are made of a certain type of metal, and they actually rust. Over time they will rust away to literally nothing. So the ABS sensor that clips into that ring to detect the ABS, that's currently not computing with the car. So yeah, the brakes are a little bit it still stops, but if you need to stop in a hurry, the brakes just lock up. So luckily it's not a daily driver, so it's not a massive concern at the minute. I believe the ABS rings are £50 a corner, so £200 all in. ABS rings, what are you going to do? Front bumper could probably do with a respray. This car did start its life as a 55 plate, which is the phase 1 bumper with the sort of straighter bumper and straighter headlights. It has had a phase 2 conversion, and the person that I bought the bumper off, unfortunately this is just how it was stored in a garage, so it's got quite a couple of deep scratches on there, a few deep scratches here, bit of paint missing here, again here, and so yeah, that front bumper could probably do with a respray. Now usually I'd say, apart from the front bumper, the paint works amazing on the car, and I mean that was true till about 2 days ago when I came out, and I don't even know if you'll be able to see it, but the car has been keyed by some absolute creature. So yeah, really glad they took time out of the day to key my car, and wherever you are, I hope you had a really shit day. And now time for my favourite thing that's wrong with this car. I don't know if you can see, but we've got a huge crack all the way across. The cheapest quote I found at the minute for front window screen is looking around the £750 mark. So it's one of them, you spend £750 and the car doesn't look any nicer or go any faster. So it is a sort of bittersweet thing to have to pay for, but it needs a new window screen, so that is on the list. Now there are a few more issues with the car that were discovered during a health check. They're the general stuff that you'd find, such as perished bushes, light mist and void on the rear shock absorber. I have got a new pair of shock absorbers that I will be fitting to the car, so again, that's not a massive worry. Luckily nothing extravagant. The car needs, it did require a clutch and flywheel sort of last year. Now I had an absolute nightmare getting a clutch and flywheel for this car. Dual mass flywheel for some reason. every main dealer I tried, every RS specialist, which we can't get a dual mass flywheel. It's currently got an LUK stage 2 clutch in it. That was done by a garage. Now, I'm not one for slating people or running people down. The garage it went to be honest, is an absolute nightmare. They had the car for, I'd say, close to 3 months, just to change clutch and flywheel. During them 3 months, I rang 3 times. The first time was after the first month, just to say, you know, what's going on with my car. They said they got a lot of work on, they're getting around to it, blah blah blah, no problem. End of the second month, I was thinking, they've still got my car. So again, ran them again, just making sure everything's all right, just wondering what's the hold up. And they said, yeah, really busy, got a load of cars in, load of jobs going on, yada yada, the car's being done. And I thought, well, that's the main thing, as long as the car's being done. The third time I rang was the end of the third month. Now at this point, I'm just like, I want my car back, like, you know what I mean? So I rang the garage. I said, all right, it's me with the black Renault Megane convertible, just wondering how we're getting on. And the receptionist said to me, and I quote, something along the lines of, look, the mechanic's getting really annoyed with you ringing now, it'll be done when it's done, stop calling, or something to them lines. So I mean, I was like, you've got my car, you've had it for 3 months. Anyway, minor. I said, okay, any idea when it's going to be fixed, just so I know when I'm getting the car back? She said it should be with you, I think she said it was like on Monday or something. Come Monday, it come to the end of Monday about 5 o'clock, tried to give him a call, and it was just, the phone was off the hook. So I was tamping, fuming. I said, take me down there. I was convinced that they'd broken something on the car, or maybe, I don't know, you know, I just had so many things going through my head of why it still isn't done, why they haven't called me to pick it up, all this sort of stuff. It was actually on the way to the garage, she rang me and she said, the car's ready to come and collect. So, and good job as well, because I was literally reaching my limit of patience then. But yeah, so that was the first sort of big problem with the car. That went, I'd say, 5-6 months after I bought it. So yeah, that's one of the biggest problems out the way. The second nightmare I had with another garage, again, I'm not going to name, but I tried somewhere else. It was a local garage to me. I heard a good few things, they seemed decent. So the car basically went in to have the discs and pads changed. Nothing major. It would have just been easier for the garage to do it than me to mess around doing it at the time. They had the car for, I want to say, about a week and a half, something like that. And he rang me to say you need to come down, look at the car. And let's be honest, when a garage rings you saying you need to come down, it's never good. And it was just regarding the brake lines. He said the brake lines are all corroded. We can't order any new ones. We tried the main dealer. I rang some dealers and RS specialists. No brake lines. I don't know what it is. Parts for this just seem like impossible to get. Anyway, so they basically said about the brake lines. And my question to them was, well, can't you make some? Just make some brake lines. Just get some copper hose in and make some brake lines. I don't think he liked, or he probably thought that, or he seemed to think that I was telling him how to do it rather than advising, okay, can this be done? He didn't have a very good attitude with me. I was actually out in the day and most of the evening. I come back home and the car had basically just been left on the drive. So they'd recovered it back to my home, offloaded it. So they left an inch or two gap between my car and my neighbour's car. So obviously I jumped in the car to move it straight over as soon as I got back. The key that they had posted through the letterbox wasn't even a half in the letterbox. It was like hanging out. Luckily where I lived was very, very quiet, or else anyone could have just took the key out of the letterbox and took the car, as easy as that. I then went to, as I was moving the car, I then obviously applied the brakes to stop, to reverse backwards into the bay properly, and again applied the brakes to stop. Upon later inspection, we realised that they've left the brake pads out the calipers. So they took the brake pads out, didn't bother putting the new ones in, which were supplied, and literally just dropped the car off like that. I then realised that the piston had completely rewound at the caliper. We tried a rewind tool, but as luck would have it, or luck not have it, the caliper would not wind back in. So I think it's about £160 for a new caliper on the day. And then a friend of mine actually got some copper pipe and made custom brake lines for the car on my driveway on a Sunday. The same thing that a proper legitimate garage couldn't seem to do. But anyway, they were two of the biggest nightmares, I think. So I don't want to jinx it, touch wood, fingers crossed that anything from here on out is going to be relatively simple and just minor maintenance things to repair. So I'm not really sure on where I sort of planned on going with this video, what route I planned on going down. I just wanted to get another video filmed so that I could edit it and get it uploaded and just add another video to the channel, basically, because we're not going to grow if we stop. That's a bit anticlimactic. That is everything I can think of right now off the top of my head to tell you about the car. Bit of an unexpected surprise, actually. There is somebody coming out tomorrow that they're going to tint the headlights, fog lights, the side repeaters, the backlights. My friend has basically paid for it for my birthday. I had no idea. He rang me earlier on. He said there'll be someone at the house tomorrow. He's coming to tint all the lights on the car. Happy birthday, basically. So Sam, that's his name, massive shout out to him, mate. Really appreciate that. So hopefully we'll have another video once the lights are tinted and I can go around the car again. I am going to make a bit more of an effort to have a more better flowing video for the next time I upload. It's going to have a particular subject based around it, or we're going to have an actual task to do. It's going to be a little bit more honed in than the previous videos, because I know they've been a sort of a spontaneous, let's just film and see where it goes and see what happens. But I guess that's all just part of learning and growing. Right guys, so I think I'm going to end the video there. I just wanted to get another video filmed and edited and uploaded just to have another one added to the channel. Hopefully on the back of that we've got the momentum to keep uploading. I do want to film more videos, so they should be a bit more frequent now. Please let me know down in the comment section down below what sort of videos you'd like to see, what you'd be interested to see. Just a bit of inspiration of what I can do to bring some valuable content to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Drop me a like, drop me a subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. We're not going to grow if we stop. We're not going to grow if we...